G'day folks, today we're going to be unboxing the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is the 512GB version in Graphite. Now this kind of feels like deja vu because it seems like I just did an unboxing of the iPhone 12, and in fact I did. If you are regular to my channel and you watched it perhaps, I did an unboxing of the regular iPhone 12 Pro, but I couldn't really get used to the small size of it. I'm used to a larger phone and it just was too small for me. So my fiance's taken it and I'm going to go with the Max. I was on the fence about the blue version, but I really do like the graphite look, so that's what I opted to go with. I've also got a couple different cases here we're going to take a look at, see what it looks like in each one of them. Here we have the black silicone case by Apple, the product red silicone case by Apple, and here is the clear case by Apple. All these are MagSafe compatible. So let's just get right into it and we'll see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and we'll get it opened up here. Apple always makes their packages nice and easy to get into. And there we go there. So just like last year, they have the screen facing down and the camera's up. And this year I have a screen protector on the ready. As soon as we take it out, I'm going to put it on before I get too many fingerprints all over it. I normally don't use screen protectors because I find after a couple weeks, the edges of them get all messed up and it just doesn't look very nice. But my iPhone 11 Pro Max has actually quite a few scratches on the screen, so I'm going to see how long I can keep one on this year. So let's pull it out here. You can see here we have that new paper film on it. And there we go. Now, like I said, I'm going to put the screen protector on before I get any fingerprints all over it. So I'm just going to carefully set that down. The Belkin ones is actually kind of nice because it has a little tray that you can make it line up a little bit easier. Somehow I still managed to get a fingerprint on it. So we'll just polish that off. We'll use that little sticker that they have to get rid of any dust that's on it. So we'll pull that bottom piece off. And we will line it up as best we can. Try and get these air bubbles out. So we'll take that top piece off now. Still got a few little air bubbles under there that I'm going to have to work off, but take a look at the backs there. You can see the cameras are quite a bit larger on the new phone. This here is the 11 Pro Max. But it actually feels really nice in the hand. I do like the smooth edges, the squared off edges. Now before we continue here, we'll take a look at what else comes in the box. You're going to notice that this box is quite a bit thinner than in past years. And that's because they don't include headphones and they don't include a power brick. Now Apple's reasoning for not including them are for environmental reasons, but I'm sure some extra profit is hidden in there as well. I'm kind of on the fence about it. For me, it's not a big issue because I don't really use the headphones. In fact, I have a drawer sitting beside me that has a couple pairs in it, and same with those bricks. But for somebody who doesn't, then yeah, that can be an issue because now you're going to have to spend more money to get that stuff. But unfortunately, that'll probably become a trend. I can see other companies doing that in the future as well. So what comes with it is a Lightning to USB-C. And that's where the problem could be because a lot of people may be upgrading from older devices that are still on the USB-A type charger. So if you don't have a USB-C charging brick kicking around, then you're going to have to buy one. So that is unfortunate. But I guess it is what it is. Then, of course, we have our little literature pack. We have our SIM tool, one sticker, and some documentation. And I am going to take that out because I will need to switch my SIM card over. Let me pull this SIM card here out first before we get too far. Well, that finish on the edges there sure is a fingerprint magnet. Okay, we've got the SIM card in. So let's go ahead here. We're going to try some of these cases, see what they look like. So this here is the clear case, and you can see there it has the MagSafe charger built into it, just like that there, and fingerprints. And yeah, that screen protector is already irritating me, so I don't know how long that's going to actually last on there. Yeah, it looks all right. The only problem is with this clear case, you can see it's already showing fingerprints quite a bit as well. Let's take a look at some of these other ones here. We'll try the product red first. I've always just used a black silicone case, so I thought I'd try something different this year, something with a little bit more color. I really like the Apple silicone cases. I don't think I'll ever go to any other case after using them. They are a little expensive, but they're just a nice minimal case, but still give you a good amount of protection. There's not a lot of bulk, and they hold up well over time. So yeah, that is the product red case. Kind of nice, I actually like that. It's kind of sharp. We'll take a look at the black silicone case here. This is probably the one I'm going to be using on a regular basis. I like the black look, just nice and classic, and again, it holds up well over time, always stays looking nice. Now, it's already picked up my carrier there. I think I'm going to have to update my plan in order to make use of the Rogers 5G. I have an old plan. It's a good plan, but it's considered a legacy plan because they don't offer it anymore. I believe I should be in a 5G network area here. I should have 5G coverage, so I'll have to call them later on and get that sorted out. So we'll swipe up, select English, Canada, and I'll bring my old phone next to it. We'll line up the code. So now we'll just let that finish. Just going to activate. Sometimes when they launch new phones, it takes a while for it to activate because their servers get quite busy. Now I'm probably just going to set this up as a new phone. I'm not going to transfer all the content and data over right now because, you know, that could take a couple hours. There's quite a bit stored on my old phone. So now it's asking us to set up Face ID, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm at the screen now where it's asking if I want to transfer the data over, and you can see there it says it's estimating about 2 hours. So I'm going to click on other options, and we'll just set it up and I'll do a data transfer later, or I'll restore it from a backup. I'm going to select Do Not Transfer Apps and Data. We'll choose the standard zoom view. And there we go. We're all set up. So now I'll have to go through and get everything set up the way I like it. Now, one interesting feature of the iPhone 12 Pro Max over the regular iPhone 12 Pro is that the stabilization for the wide-angle camera is a little bit different. On the regular 12 Pro, it uses lens shift stabilization, whereas on the 12 Pro Max, it uses sensor shift stabilization. So instead of the lens moving to keep the image stable, the whole sensor is moving. So that'll be interesting to do maybe a comparison to see what works better. So I will be doing a comparison of that down the road, probably in the next week or so. We'll do a quality of video compared to the 11 Pro Max. And we'll also do a stabilization comparison to see if that new sensor shift is any better, as it's supposed to be, but we'll put that to the test. So yeah, folks, just a basic unboxing of the iPhone 12 Pro Max in Graphite. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.